The ultimate power. What's up, everybody?
Ultimate power. Here
We
we
got a lot of
go.
people in here. Sassly, Mikey, Little Miss Goth, Mixter Wizard, and then your homies as well.
Yeah, welcome to the live stream, everybody. How's everybody doing?
So Mixter Wizard just asked, is it starting soon? Can you hear us, buddy? It says it's still on the waiting screen and can't hear anything.
Oh, refresh it. Tell them, yeah, refresh. Let me see here. I'll put it in here.
Cool, yeah.
They might want to refresh it. Okay. And just skip an ad if it's there. All right. Awesome. Yeah, there you go, Mike.
Woo!
Very good. Hi, everybody.
Mixter Wizard, what up?
How's everybody doing? Can you guys hear our voices okay? Everybody hear
D9? Hello. Hello, is it working?
Okay, it should be. I'm watching it on I'm actually watching it right now. So it's working for me. So I don't know. Oh, sounding good. Mike says sounding good. Okay. It's just really important you guys can hear D9. That's all I care about. But anyway.
It's all about me.
It's actually all about D9.
I am an egomaniacal man. I'm a narcissist. It's all about me. I'm just kidding. It's about Sam Squanch, as I call him.
Oh,
this awesome stream here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did I find you while I was just looking for random live streamers? Or did you find me? Yes. So I was just randomly looking for live streamers, and I ran across your channel, and it was one of the best happenstances so far on my YouTube existence.
You dropped in, and you're really cool, and I was like, sweet, I'm going to check you out. And
yeah,
I'm glad it happened
since then.
Man, awesome. Well, guys, thanks for being here. This Forest Friend live stream is all about connecting with other YouTubers, finding out about what they're doing, who they are, and why they're doing what they're doing, because that's really important to know. Because a lot of times, you go to their live streams, you don't get the opportunity to
the man behind the man.
To get to know the guy. The man behind the curtain, right? So we're going to try to unveil some of that a little bit. And some of you know D9 really, really well anyway, because a lot of you guys are on his Discord server, which is awesome. So if you're not on there, you should totally get on there.
Absolutely.
We'll talk more about that later. But
absolutely.
But yeah, so first I want to just start off with just kind of getting to know Mr. D9. So I believe your first name is Daniel. Is that correct?
My first name, and not many people know this, but my first name is George, but a lot of people don't know that. I go by my middle name.
Okay.
And I probably shouldn't be giving out this much information, like my mother's maiden name, my social security number, and my debit card. No, cool. But my first name is George. I'd never have gone by it my entire life. I've always gone by my middle name, and it's transformed from Daniel to Dan to Danny, and I feel like Danny is more reserved for like just all of my my homies, and I'm gonna be honest, like the girls in my life, the women in my life. But Dan is like people who have known me for a long time, or people who really know me, people who have known me like for a long time. And then Daniel is like my mom, maybe my dad. So there you go. There's the history of my name. Yo, Mikey, thanks for that sticker.
Awesome. Wow. I was not expecting that. That was the first question. And I was like, whoa, that's a lot of great information, man. Thanks a lot for that.
But wow. I mean, I think people wonder sometimes. So because a lot of people call me Dan and a lot of people call me Danny, and it's just like, it is what it is. You can call me pretty much whatever you want, but don't call me George. Because I don't like
that. I got you. Very cool. Let's see here. Hang on just a second here. Let me scoot something around here. Here we go. Let's see if I can get.
We are moving it around. We are movers.
Okay.
Right, Sassly? Isn't that right? Yo, Jack, thanks for sharing that.
There we go. There we go. That's more like it.
I'm looking so nice here on the big screen.
So, all right. So, yeah, I figured the D was Daniel. I mean, that's kind of how I put it together. So, yeah. I'm sure that's how a lot of people look at it.
Absolutely.
I do have a couple questions from the forest. Yes, the Sasquatch forest.
I'm talking about.
Someone asked, basically, since you're a music producer, like where do you get your inspiration to produce new songs? Like where does that come from? As far as just like do you have like a journal, or do you have things that like you just kind of go on the live? I know you do it on live stream, so
yeah. So a lot of it really is, I think, just I'm a very emotional person. I'm overly emotional. I get really stoked, as you see on my live streams, and then on other live streams where I lose my shit. Can I swear on your stream? I'm sorry, I haven't asked. I can not.
oh
swear.
yeah, you can swear. You can do whatever you want to do. This is your show. Here, go ahead.
So sometimes I lose my shit on my live stream. I'm very emotional on both ends. Like my mom says that I don't really know any middle ground. Everything is like super extreme for me. And so a lot of times I feel like I kind of open myself up to my emotions, or like to maybe this bigger, I feel like there's just like energy flowing around in the universe, and I kind of just open myself and I kind of just like start playing some sounds and like playing some notes. And it's kind of a lot of my beats. It's just like trapping an emotion that I was feeling at the time, I think. So I think that for me is really like the apex. It's like the peak of the mountain of good music making for me is really grabbing onto an emotion that I'm feeling at that time. But also as well, there's plenty of artists that I listen to. There's a lot of movies that I watch and listen to the scores, a ton of video game music that I listen to. Music from all over. And there's also a lot of inspiration I get just from other art, paintings, nature is art to me. Skateboarding, I think, is an art form. Rollerblading is an art form. And I watch a lot of skate videos, and yeah, so anything from like punk rock to classical music to Bach is a huge inspiration to me. It comes from everywhere, and it could even just be like an interaction I had with someone. Mixter Wizard and I are really good friends in real life, and we had this weird interaction with someone, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I put that into my song." And so I think for an artist, you're kind of just like, that sticky paper that flies fly into. I think you just like you get all that stuff, and you like get all that out into your music. So
very nice. Yeah, I'm a percussionist. I feel you.
Yeah,
I feel you. Yes.
Yeah, and so I think, but yeah, like short answer is music for movies and video games, and all of the artists that I love: alt rock, emo, rap, just electronic music, everything, 80s music. So
that's awesome.
There's the long answer and the short answer. So thank you, Mikey and Lomas.
Shout outs. Yes, thank you guys.
And Jack, thank you so much for shouting out the channel like crazy. And Mixer Wizard says, this is awesome to kind of learn your process and what goes into the music. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
Ms. Goth for saying that shows in the music.
Yeah, it does show. I'd like to say something about your music, like, because I've been watching you. I don't know. I think it was back in like last spring.
Yeah, I think last spring, summer,
March or April or something.
It seems right around then. Yes.
So, and for me, when I listen to your stuff, I feel like you're always telling there's like some kind of story. Like I could close my eyes, listen to your music, and like there's some kind of story that's being told, like in all of the layers that you put in. I
think a good song, and what a lot of I call them plastic beats, a lot of the mainstream beats, what they fail to do is they don't take you on a journey. And I feel like a song is supposed to take you somewhere. I grew up really listening to a lot of Beatles, and one of the songs, Penny Lane, it just like it totally activated my mind's eye. Like I could be like I was in that suburb, in England, because of that song. Or Strawberry Fields, or Fool on the Hill. Like the Magical Mystery Tour is such like that. It's just a huge it's like it is a story. Like you're going, and a huge thing. I played a lot of role-playing games growing up. Oh, thanks, Sassy, for saying that. I played a lot of role-playing games growing up. And two composers like Yasunori Mitsuda and Nobuyo Uematsu, they made a lot of music for Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, Final Fantasy. And it was like, without the music, those games would not have been what they were to me. And I remember sometimes I would just turn the game on and I wouldn't even play. I would just like leave the character standing there and just listen to the music and just hang out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I do that too. And speaking of games and music, let's listen to one of my favorites. Actually, It's called Tetris.
Yeah, that's
you
classic.
you guys have probably heard this one. So here's how
I'm sure you've heard it playing Tetris before. I just kind of remixed the classic tune.
So this one, I just enjoy listening to it. Actually, it's kind of I turn it on, just listen to it.
Sweet.
But so the way this is going to work, guys, I have songs queued up. When I go to play the song, we're just going to listen to it through, and then we can talk a little bit about it. And then that's how we'll do the music and stuff. So when that pops up, you'll be able to see us come back right after the song's over, kind of thing. So let's go ahead and listen to Tetris by D9.
Yes.
Awesome. Wow.
Fresh Prince.
I love that song.
Yeah. I love what Mixer was saying. Fresh Prince, that's one of the best shows ever. I also really like what Mikey said.
Where was that? Let's see.
Well, so he says that the music takes you on an emotional roller coaster ride and leaves you in a beautiful place. It is the light to the darkness. All you got to do is open your mind and let it take you there. That's really awesome that you say that, because it's I remember just being like blown away when I was younger, listening to bands and listening to music, and just like how it could really do that for you. And it's always been this thing that I'm striving for since I was probably like, I don't know, 12, 11, trying to like really do that. And it's a lifelong pursuit, but I feel like I'm finally getting there. So thank you so much, Mike. Let's see what other people are saying. Yeah, thank you, Jack. I mean, we're trying to get to 8K. We're trying to really get that. That'd be so.
I was just about to say that, guys. If you
guys are close.
If you have not subscribed to D9 yet, please click on the link. We're going to be here still. go to its channel there. Click on it. I'll pull it up here just so we can take a look at it. Hang on just a second. Let's see here if I can get to it. Add to screen. There we go. There we go. Go check out his channel. I got the link.
We are like 20 away.
We need 20 more, you guys. So here's the deal. He's going to hit 8,000 subscribers, and then he gets to shave off.
I know. I'm going to shave this. I'm going to leave the mustache, but I'm shaving off the beard. It's been here too long.
Yeah. He's going to add the curls to the ends of the mustache, right?
Yes.
There you go.
Dick Dastardly, wasn't that his name?
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Okay, guys. Well, let's see. There's another question actually I want to ask here from the Forest. Yes.
What's up, Vaughn? How you doing, Vaughn?
So, how did you start? Is the question. How did you get started doing what you're doing?
Starting with a YouTube channel, like with hip hop or whatever type beats.
I guess getting into that, and then through YouTube, and then like how that kind of came together.
Really quick, I gotta help. I've got an artist in Australia, and I gotta get him some help real quick with just one thing. He needs, see when you're constantly. So I'm as a producer. I'll just say this right now as I'm like taking care of this on the fly. Oh yeah, so he's trying to go into. He's trying to go in. Does anybody listen to Cold Ones? That podcast is hilarious. We share our Patreon account so that he doesn't have to like subscribe to them as well. And so I have to verify that anyway, because it's dual, like, what do they call it? The two-time authentication or whatever.
The two-time. Exactly. I'll give some shout outs real quick. Let's see.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. 457 Gaming. Thank you for being here. Master Chief, I see you guys. Thanks for being here. All of you guys, obviously, all the D9 nations here.
Yes.
David, thanks for being here, and I appreciate you cooperating in the chat there. Vaughn Cosner, thanks for being here.
Yeah, Vaughn. Yo, do we have Mixer Wizard in here? I kind of want to make like a.
Mixer. Yeah, I saw him.
I want to have like a semi. I'll wait till he's. Says what up, but I have like a semi like. Official, not official announcement to make. So,
oh boy, guys, better get everybody in here, you guys.
Everybody, are you ready?
Announcement.
Hey, Mikey, that's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
We'll wait for him to say what up. I think that it should work for him now. Let's see.
Very good.
You can see how busy a guy like me is. I'm always on.
Well, hey, you do your thing. If you need like a second, I can do something here. Hang on just a second here. So, guys. Those of you who play Art of War 3 that might watch this or are here right now, there is a awesome challenge coming up, and here's some more D9 music.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
One challenge and two winners. That's right. It's the Fat Squats live stream challenge, you guys. Oh, yeah. We've done quite a few of these, and they keep getting better. You're supposed to destroy my base in an epic way, and I will decide who gets the 7,000 tokens. Now, guys, there's a second winner, though. For 1,000 tokens, the viewers will vote at the end of the live stream for who they thought had the best attack. Now, guys, you've got to be there for the whole stream to vote at the end, because I'll see who you are, and I count the votes. So show up and get ready to rock and roll on January 16th at 10 p.m. Pacific Time, U.S. That's my time, yes, on Saturday. Now, guys, it's going to be fabulous, all right? You've got 25 minutes to put together the best attack and come at my base with everything you've got. Now, I might attack a little bit and I might defend. Who knows? It's gonna be great. So if you want to participate in this challenge, you guys, you've got to put a comment below this video with your IGN, your in-game name, and the faction that you want to destroy my base with. All right, you guys. Awesome. We'll see you guys in the battles and at the live stream.
Okay, let me tell you about Squeaky Chair Productions. Can you guys hear that?
Segueing.
Squeaky Chair Productions. That's what it's all about.
If you're ready to go, I don't want to. If you need more time, let me know.
Oh, I should be good. I just have to click like one link once it gets to my phone, and I should be good.
Sweet. Thank you guys for being here.
Yes, thank you,
click that
everybody.
like button if you get a chance. Smash the like button for D9 and for myself. Thank you. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, no, it was just the Squeaky Chair Productions. Just so if you guys are wondering why I scream Squeaky Chair Productions.
So that is it. That's what it is. Okay. I was wondering too. That's awesome. That's great. Hey, what's up, Ayob? Welcome to the stream. I do want to give a shout out to Master Chief, who's now a member of D9's channel. Thank you, Master Chief. And yeah, great having you guys here. Jack, you're doing
Thank you so much for becoming a member.
Yes. Prakash Barv, welcome to the live stream.
Hello, hello.
Art of War 3 players who are here, thank you for being here. We're doing a Forest Friend live stream, which is where we actually talk and get to know other YouTubers who are doing whatever they're doing on YouTube. Now D9 here is actually a music producer, and he plays retro games. And we'll look a little bit more into that later. But thank you for being here, guys. So I wanted to dive into a little bit of like, I guess, tell me about what has it been like for you in your YouTube journey? You know, how are you? What goals do you have? Goals that you're like, hey, I want to get to this point, or is it like just kind of taking it one day at a time? I know you were doing full day streams at one point too, and
I was grinding there for a bit, and I found it to be a bit ineffective. It was really detrimental to my health as well. And wow. But now I feel like I've got a good setup where I've got a good solid 3 hours that I put tons of energy into, and I'm able to put like my full just, and when it comes time to stream, I can stream. But we were doing like 12-hour streams there for a little bit, and it was yeah, dude, it was crazy for a while, like 8 to 12 hours. And I do not suggest that unless you are like hella passionate about a game, because like you can't produce music for 12 hours straight. You just can't do it. It's like that just won't work. But if you're like really passionate about a game, like you might be able to do it, but it's gonna affect your health for sure. But anyway, my goals, I've got some pretty big goals, but I feel like I might come off as like a dude with a chip on my shoulder if I was to tell like all of your fans right now, like all of my crazy outlandish goals.
Oh no, you know,
however,
we got a mix here. You got a mix here,
I can go for it.
Yeah, go for it, man.
So I really believe a big thing for me on my channel is like spreading positivity and spreading like I used to read a lot of books, like The Art of Thinking Big, and you know, The Strangest Secret from Earl Nightingale, and Awaken the Giant Within from Tony Robbins, and a lot of like Les Brown. And I filled my mind with like a lot of really uplifting stuff. And like I think there's something about thinking big and like putting some huge goals out there for yourself. And so for me, like I'm just saying, like, why not? Because if I have these huge goals and I only get like 50% of them or 20% of them, I'm still gonna be stoked out of my mind. So pretty much like I want my silver play button, and I really want that to happen this year. That's 100,000 subscribers. I'm doing everything that I can. I've been working really hard. I have like this business plan. I've even been possibly talking to some investors, etc. We're figuring out how to do it with advertising and networking and the algorithm. I've just been diving deep. So that's like really the short-term goal is to get that silver play button ASAP, and then to have live streams that are just bumping with triple digits, dude, like tons of people in there that are vibing on the music. And it all comes back to the music. Like I'm trying to get as good as I can at the music. And a big thing about the music, it's all copyright free. It's all royalty free. You can use it for your songs, for singing, for your streams, for your vlogs, for your video games, for your feature films, like whatever you want to use it for. So that's what we're trying to do. Like amazing music, like great music that you can use for free. Have my name like known as a producer who provides that great quality music. Silver play button, triple digits in the live stream chats, where we're just spreading that positivity and having a great time and just really creating a vibe. And then, there's lots of long-term goals that I could go really far into. But I really would like to have a certified RIAA gold record at one time with one of the artists that I work with. Mainly the two main artists I'm working with right now are Bizo and Mixter Wizard. And we're just trying to develop those artists. Like, that's what we're trying to do right now. And, eventually, God willing, or whatever you believe in, a gold play button. That's the major goal. And just to go down as a legendary producer, one that will be remembered for all time. So there you go. There's my hoorah. Yay. Those are my goals.
Fantastic.
And I also want to lose 35 pounds. So that's important.
I love it, man. I love it. Hey, we got to have goals, man. Because I look at it like, if you don't have something you're looking forward to, then how you move forward, right? So,
exactly.
Awesome, guys. So there's some songs I like, and there's some songs that I had D9 give me. So what I'd like to do now is just listen to another song. And,
Absolutely.
Obviously this is kind of like we're going to be chilling a little bit, listening to the music. Okay. And then we'll come back and I'm going to have him talk about this song a little bit and see what he has to say about it. But this song is called Concerto. This is a song that I really enjoy. So let me put this up and you guys enjoy it too. And we'll be right back.
There you have it.
Well, man, I just love that.
First off, like, you tell me why you like that one so much.
Oh, I just love that I mean, like, and then there's like and then this beat in the background, just kind of driving it forward. Just, oh my goodness, I just love it.
Yeah. So I think with that song, it might be disappointing, the answer, kind of.
It's okay.
That's kind of like another one of those another day in the office type of beats where it's like I just have to make a beat today. Like I just have to do it. I just have to come out with a beat. And I had no idea. Like there are some days when I'll come to the table and I know like, okay, I'm like really hell yeah, there's where I'm like, okay, I'm feeling a certain way, like I'm feeling stoked out of my mind, so I'm gonna make a dope beat, or like I'm feeling like really, sad, so I'm gonna make a low. But with this one, I was just kind of flat, and I was just kind of like, okay, well, what are we gonna do today? But I had been listening to a ton of like Mendelssohn and Bach and Mozart, and I was really
yes. That's
I was really like, okay,
I can hear some of that.
And so what I did is came up with this piano part, and then I took it into a sampler, and like I took it and I chopped it and I put it into a sampler. So I wonder if I can like pull this up so you can see it. There's like these pads on my keyboard. Where you can like assign, you can sort of see it, but anyway, it's like you can assign different, there's all these pads, there you go, you can see where you can assign like the different samples. And so like I reversed some of the samples and I just like played it out. I was like do 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 do, and I just took that and I try to make, a lot of times I don't go for it like I'm gonna make a hip hop beat. I'm just like, I'm gonna make a beat, and whatever it sounds like like today's, it sounded really 80s, which is totally fine. It's like more synthwave, but I was like, I'm gonna make a hip hop beat. And I think looking back on that beat's like, like I'd probably be like chilling in Vegas with Mixter Wizard, like wearing a suit,
Yeah.
and rolling up on a roulette table and being like, put it all on red. And they'd be like,
exactly.
They'd be like, what? You're gonna put it all on red? I'd be like, put it all on red. Don't ask me a second time. Like, let's do this thing, And then you're just
very
like,
nice. You
either lose it all or you win it all back, and you just like leave like a badass, And like that's kind of what that beat, the vibe of that beat gives me. And so it was more like a hip hop, but it's funny, like going back, like pulling it full circle. It's just another day at the office. Like sometimes you create songs that you're just like, or a beat that you're like, this is a cool beat, but it's just another day at the office, and somebody else, they're
right.
like, oh, this is one of my favorite ones. And that's what's cool about art. So what's cool about art is like a lot of like Juice WRLD thought that his song Moonlight was going to be his big one, but Lucid Dreams, which he wasn't like super stoked on, that's the one that blew him up. So you never know.
You never know. I'm always listening from like a percussionist.
Yeah.
I
like the drums were fun on that one. Yeah.
The drums, and then even the like the piano or the keys or whatever, kind of, it just draws me in. Yeah,
absolutely,
guys. All right, guys, it's time to give away some Discord Nitro, and to do that, we are going to actually play some more D9 music. I've got something queued up. Here's the deal: you've got until the song's done. Okay, only put it in one time. You can put it in the chat. You'll put the word Nitro in the chat. And then when the song's over, we will select a winner, or Nightbot will select a winner.
And we're not talking about Nacho.
That's right. That's right.
Nacho Libre. It's Nitro Discord.
That's right. That's right. It's for a whole month, you guys. So here we go. Put Nitro in the chat.
And that's a regal beat.
All
That's
right.
like a superhero beat, man.
That's right.
I remember
And
that
that was
one.
a special beat, actually. Yes, it was.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
It
it's an
was.
exclusive. That's an exclusive right
Absolutely.
there.
Absolutely.
So, guys, here we go. Nightbot's going to go ahead and roll it and see who gets to be the winner of this.
Good luck
first
to all of
Nitro.
you.
Yes, good luck to everybody. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Buster T.O. Buster T.O. And it's not because you spammed. You almost got booped for spamming, but it's all good. Congratulations to Buster. And you send me a message. Send me a message in Discord, and I'll hook you up later. All right, buddy. All right, back to it. Here we go. We got D9 on the stream. He is a music producer and retro gamer.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to talk more about the retro game thing here in a little while. But I do want to touch on some more of the music because you do a lot of digital stuff, but you also bring instruments into it. Like you've got a guitar, right?
I sure do. Got
Nice
this sucker right here.
Look at that. There's that sucker. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I actually did a full send is what I call it, and I went and bought a bass guitar as well. Earlier.
Oh my goodness.
And dude, it was crazy. They had to hold this thing. I bought it used. It doesn't look used, but they had to hold it for like a month and like to see if COVID molecules would like fall off of it or something. I don't know. They gave me some bullshit excuse. Like we have to hold on to this for a month and make sure it's not contaminated. And I'm like, I'll take my chances. They're like, no, we can't risk your health. I was like, all right.
Oh wow.
But it was so worth it. I love that bass. It's so nice.
That's nice.
Speaking of a great bass player, Mixer Wizard is a wizard on the bass. He's super.
Mixer Wizard's a wizard on the bass. Wow.
Absolutely. He's so
That's
good.
Very nice. Very cool.
Oh yeah, I do like using instruments. I mean, I think eventually like right back here is going to be like a bunch of synths, like just like stacks of synths. But right now I'm just like overwhelmed, honestly, and I just can't. That would overwhelm me to like pull up a bunch of synths. But when I'm more on top of my game, I'm definitely going to have like I want like a Moog and like an old DX7, just like some old retro synths for sure.
Yeah, and just real quick so everybody knows, it's not because he spammed. It's not because he spammed. Don't worry. Nightbot doesn't work like that. Buster, if you don't know what that is, we may have to roll again. All right, here we go. So basically, the next questions really have to do with like where are you from? Like, you know, where have you been? Have you traveled? Have you got to do anything? You know, just get to know a little bit about you. You know, I've traveled a little bit myself.
Yeah.
You know, I always like to know what people have done and experienced and that kind of stuff.
My timeline.
Yeah.
I was born in Falls Church, Virginia. My family lived right outside of Washington, D.C. in McLean, Virginia. We moved to Utah, to Provo, Utah, right next to Sundance, as my jumper says. When I was a very little kid, I was 3 years old. I've lived in Provo, Utah for most of my life. I've moved around quite a bit, but this has always been like my home base that I come back to, just northeast. Well, okay, I'm doxing myself, but up next to the mountains in Provo. But yeah, I've lived quite a bunch of different places in Utah, and then I've lived up in Seattle. Spent some time, just all over. I did some traveling for rollerblade tournaments, like back right around like 2006, 2007. And I've done some touring on the West Coast and just kind of all over, definitely going back to the DC area a lot with my family and just with myself. And Pacific Northwest. And I think I'm like 50% or like 75% done with my goal of getting to every state in America. That's one of my goals. But yeah, so I've spent time like before I did hip hop beats or whatever you want to call them, beats. I was doing EDM music and I toured around a lot for that with other artists. And yeah, so, but yeah, wow. mainly Utah. And then most recently Seattle area. But now back to Utah, and this is my place, but I spent a lot of time in LA as well, just because of work, and been down to Vegas a lot. And I mean, I've just been all over. Take Utah and then just like make a bubble. Like, I lived in Wyoming for a little bit, right up next to Yellowstone.
Okay,
it's a girl I was with was up there, and yeah. So I mean, I'm just all over. But Utah is my favorite for sure.
What did you think of Seattle?
Okay, so Seattle's a trip because it's like it's really cool, but it's definitely like you get there and it's like really romantic, and there's a lot of like you're just like, oh wow, it's like rainy all the time. I love this. And like I remember going and seeing the Nirvana exhibit at the Museum of Popular Culture, and it was just like life changing, dude. And just like walking the streets and like seeing just all of these iconic places. There's definitely like a vibe to it. There's definitely this vibe where it's like a piece of me will always be stuck in the Seattle area, like Bremerton, Tacoma, Puyallup, like the Puget Sound, just that whole Seattle area, the greater Seattle area. Like a piece of me will always be there because it's just so beautiful. Like if I ever get like freaking rich as shit off this music thing, let's cross our fingers, I'm totally gonna have a condo up there. Because it's just so beautiful. I mean, like the ocean and the vibes of it, like people are just very open and accepting and just really like really laid back. There's a lot of diversity in certain areas, like and the seafood, man. I put on some weight up there, dude. Freaking Ivar's. Anyone who's ever been there, Frisco Freeze, dude. The fish sandwiches and the fish and chips up there, they're just so good, man. Like me and my brother-in-law would always like our thing was going and finding mom and pop fish and chip stands. And dude, oh my gosh, dude, it's just so good. Like the food up there, really, the food up there is unreal, dude.
Yeah.
So
the seafood and all that. Yeah, it's amazing. Wow.
I'm trying to get caught up on the chats a little bit.
Yeah, you guys. Let's see. Let's go ahead now and let's open up the chat for some questions for D9. Put it in the chat. I'll select the question. I'll throw it up on the screen, and then
Mikey, that's what's up. 206 represent, baby.
That's right.
And there's this one place I went, Black Diamond. I went with the girl that I was kind of with while I was up there. Your shout out. I doubt you're watching, cutie, but man, we had some fun times. But yeah, we went to Black Diamond, and that was like a trip, dude. If anyone like there's just something about it, man. There's just something about it. So I love picking up sand dollars, beach sound, hiking Mount Rainier, among many other things, for sure. And Seattle, like actually transitioning more into like my music and stuff that I'm doing now. So I got in a really, so I was in a 3-year relationship with this girl, and I was doing like digital marketing, and I was competing in like golf, and I was just like, I was a straight cut, like I got my shit together kind of guy. I mean, ish, like I had a girlfriend like / fiance who had a little kid who was like 3, or I met him when he was like 1-ish, and like I knew him until he was like 3-ish. But like, so we were like a family, and like I was family man, doing my thing, and that kind of blew up in my face, and I was just like, boom, down in the dumps. Like, thank God my friend, I'll just go by his music name, Hellboy, because I don't want to dox him, but thank God, Lil Jace, he showed me Peep in 2016. He showed me Peep in 2016, and I was just like, dude, this stuff is freaking awesome. So I was like really gravitating towards that Peep sound anyway, and like Wicked Fades and the whole GBC. I was like gravitating towards that sound a lot, and I was just like really vibing with it because I loved how they like took grunge and alt rock and like put it with the hip hop beats and everything. And it was so new at the time, and I was just like, wow, this is great. And I just kept listening to more and more of it, and he was like showing me all this stuff, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. And and then my girlfriend was like, I'm with another guy, and like you gotta go. And it was just so hard for me because you put everything into that, and I was just like down in the dumps. And I like left to Seattle. My sister was like, we got an extra room, come live with us. And I was like, let's go. And so I went up to the Pacific Northwest, and I literally, dude, I spent like, I'm not even joking, probably like 60 to 70% of my time, like walking around the streets in the rain, listening to Lil Peep, just trying to feel better. Cause I was like, my sister and my brother-in-law and my parents and like my best friends. But like, I got to give a huge shout out to like my sister and my brother-in-law. They're like, your job right now, because I was like a digital marketer and I could do it from wherever I was. So like that was my job. But they're like, your job right now is to like get better and like stop being so depressed and like get your life back.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to your sister and your brother-in-law. Shout
Absolutely.
out.
And I just remember like writing on the bathroom mirror in a dry erase marker. I was like, Lil Peep music will make me feel better. And like at the time I had no inclinations of like making beats at all. Like I was done with music. I was just over it because like I was a digital marketer. Like that's what I do now.
Right.
And I did not want to make EDM music. I was just so burnt out of that. But anyway, like that's where the seeds were planted, was up there, like walking those streets and just listening to Peep music like over and over again, and some Juice WRLD and Post Malone like as well, but like definitely Peep, like Lil Peep, Part 1, Hellboy, Live Forever, like those albums, and obviously like Come Over When You're Sober. It's just, those are like, that was a turning point in my life where it planted the seeds of like, this is like, there's music inside of you, and like, this music will like get you through this hard time. Like that's all I had to hold on to was like that music. Right. It ended up like, I might go into it like later in this stream or whatever, like when I came back to Provo, like what happened, but like there were those seeds planted up in the Seattle area in Tacoma, where like I was just listening to so much Peep like that. It like kept me like, like I literally would wake up so depressed that like the only thing I had to look forward to was like listening to Lil Peep music and like going on a walk. That was it.
Wow.
And it's like, that's so cool, like with what music can do with you. But like, that's why when I talk about like living, I call it Seattle because everyone's like, oh yeah, Seattle. When like living in Seattle is such a beautiful like memory to me, or like experience, is because there was like, it was just like through like all the pain, there was so much beauty. And I think there's something to take it full circle to what you asked me, like, how was it like living there? And I just remember living right next to an army base, and there were these huge army transport planes that would fly like way low, and there was just so much fog and rain, and they'd just be like shh, and they'd have these huge lights shining down, and it was just like, it was something out of a movie, man. Like honestly, just like those vibes, like listening to Peep up in the Pacific Northwest was like, I think that the universe was just like, this is where you're supposed to be right now. Like we have a bigger plan for you than just like being this digital marketer guy. and it's like really, because it was crazy, dude. Like imagine this, like, so you go up to a city where you don't know anyone, like you just broke up with your fiance, like nothing, like, and your all your best friends are back in Utah. Your parents are back in Utah. Like any girl that has any interest with you is like back in Utah. And then your brother and your sister, like you work during the day, like on your computer, but they're like out, like they're doing their shit. Like, but shout outs to my brother. Like he was around a lot. We watched a lot of Star Trek, my guy. Yes. I freaking love Star Trek. It was our goal before I left to watch every episode of Star Trek, Next Generation, and Deep Space Nine. And we got through all those, and then we're like, let's try to do Voyager, but we almost got it. And then I had to go home. But anyway,
that's great.
But it was like, for the most part, I was like by myself for like 6 months. Like I didn't know anybody. I was just by myself. And like they were off at work. For like, my sister is the hardest worker I've ever met in my life. And she'd leave at like 6 a.m. and come back at like 8 at night. And so like, essentially, like I was just by myself listening to Pete music for like 6 months.
Wow.
So the reason I say that so much is like, it's just, it's such a, like, for you to know me as an artist, like you have to know that story.
Right.
You have to know like that story. Yo, D9 hype. That's what's up. That's crazy.
Thank you for sharing that, man. We got our first question
absolutely
from your newest channel member, Master Chief.
Ooh.
He says, what's your favorite creation which you love so much when you were making it and you love to listen to it over and over again?
That's pretty difficult.
There's so many.
It's really hard.
Anything that you gave me?
I have a few things. I want to, I mean, there are some exclusives that I'm like saving for some stuff. But definitely definitely working on the new Bizo album was like, it was an experience that I hate to say this because it's so cliche, but it's a once in a lifetime experience. Like I look back at it and everything was so lined up perfectly. Like I was supposed to fly out to Australia and we were supposed to work on this shit together, but it was like, the pandemic happened and we were stuck in quarantine, and we were like, our time zones are so different that I had to stay up until like 3 a.m. to be able to work with him, or like 5 or 6 a.m. to be able to work with him on this album.
Oh, wow.
And we were just like, we were just like, okay, like let's do this. Like let's make these awesome beats and like let's create this piece of art that I think is gonna like withstand the test of time. I'm really proud of what we've done. And so that album is like one of my favorite things I've ever done musically for sure. As far as like my beats, I think there's a song on my channel that I didn't include when I sent it to you because I was just like, I don't know. It's almost hard for me to listen to because there's like so much in it. Does that make sense? There's like so much emotion in it that like I think it would kind of like mess up my vibe on the stream. So I sent you like more upbeat ones, and but there's a song called In My Head, and every single one of my beats is like one word. That's it. Just like one word. As you see, like waste, cliff, 7, hope, another. You know, it's just like boom, 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 boom. And they're just like these beats. But I called this one In My Head because for something for me, like about being an artist, or I think it's just like me being a human being, like who I am. A lot of humans experience this, but I think like for me, it's on a higher level that like I'm in my head a lot of the times. And I'm really just like that. I think that sometimes like having the art like in your body so much, or however you say it, it's like it sometimes makes you feel a little bit disconnected and like you're just in your head. And it's like that beat really was a very good like audio representation of what it feels like for me a lot of the times to just be like, I really like sci-fi, and I feel like sometimes I live in a spaceship because like I have my studio right here and my bedroom right over there with like my business computer and like my gaming setup, and I feel like I live in a spaceship, man. Like sometimes I like don't even go outside. Well, like now that I'm going on walks every day to help my health, like for a while there, I was just like, the only time I would leave is like starting at 1 in the morning to go on like a tiny walk. But like as an artist, you got to be really careful and you got to take care of yourself. I'm looking in the camera. Like if you're a creator, if you make videos, if you're a writer, if you're a producer, a singer, whatever you're doing, like you are at risk for like feeling really isolated and feeling really like in your head, and you got to reach out to people, and it's really important to take care of yourself. And if you ever need to get therapy, like it's important. Like you need to take care of yourself. Like if you broke your leg, you'd need to go get a cast on.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that like if anybody needs to hear that, like reach out. Like we're here for you and we care about you.
Yeah, and I think too, when you're, especially those of you who are trying to do YouTube, and the commitment that takes, you got to take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'd like to go ahead and play another song from D9. This one is actually on his channel here. I just had pulled it up. It's called North Star, and
that one's sick, with me, dude.
And man, it is one that I really enjoy too. And so let's listen to North Star, you guys, and we'll be right back with that next question from Super. North Star.
There's that one, man.
Hey, man, I tell you, that's one of those ones, man. I feel like I'm going on some kind of journey or something.
Man. Yeah, for real. I feel you, man.
Shout out to real quick. Shout out to Extreme. Shout out to Riotech. Thank you guys for coming through, and all you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We are hanging out with D9, music producer.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, music producer, and he's also a retro gamer. Yes, he loves
absolutely.
Retro. We'll jump into that just a little bit, but we do have another question from Supermat, who asks, "What music did you grow up with? Like, what
man,
you're growing up?" I know.
Yeah,
I know your dad. Oh, and also, guys, keep Faja in your thoughts and prayers.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, please.
He's an amazing guy. If you ever get a chance to go check out his channel, he tells amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah, great channel. Well, let me take it away. The music I grew up with. I grew up with very first band I was just super stoked about was the Beatles, and then Michael Jackson. Those were like my first favorite bands, like as a kid, like straight up. And then very quickly after that was Nirvana, and I was just like, I like latched onto these bands like crazy. But also like right at the same time, my sister was listening to a ton of 80s music, like Depeche Mode and David Bowie. I know David Bowie isn't just the 80s, but like a lot of 80s David Bowie. So a lot of the classics really, but I grew up with that from a very early age. But then, like I was saying, a huge thing that I would listen to a lot was video game music. And you can hear that a ton with a lot of my beats, is that the 80s sound and the retro video game sound, which is what I'm really holding on to. And a lot of people will come into my chats, like, you know, bigger producers or more mainstream producers would be like, your snare, it sounds so bad. Like, it sounds so reverby. I'm like, have you ever listened to 80s music? Like, those snares are just like, tish, tish, and mine's not that bad, but I really like that big 80s sound. But then growing up a little bit more, I'll try to speed this up. I started listening to a ton of bands like My Chemical Romance, AFI, Taking Back Sunday, Thrice was a huge inspiration. I was in an emo band, a punk band with Mixer Wizard, and we were listening to Alkaline Trio, Blink-182, like just those heavier hitting, and I loved 3 Days Grace, just those kind of bands. Paramore, just like the heavy chugging, like Avenged Sevenfold, and but even before that, to like bring me into that love of that music was bands like Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, Metallica, Foo Fighters, which is like a little bit less hardcore, but like still it was like the heavier hitting rock. So I went through like a huge rock phase where like all I did was play drums, pretty much just play drums, and I was just bouncing around from band to band playing drums, and just like learned how to scream, and it's just such an emo kid for a while. But then I started getting more into electronic music because my sister was like, oh, why don't you listen to this? And like, and growing up as well, I was like really into like Eiffel 65 and Alice DJ and like some more of that electronic music. And like, I thought people who like scratched with records were sick. Like, I loved that. I grew up with a lot of Biggie Smalls and Tupac and the classic hip hop as well, Jay-Z, Outkast. So I would say like there was this crazy transition for me where like I started with like the classics, grunge music, early hip hop and like early pop music, because like MJ, and then huge rock phase. But then my sister was like, try out some electronic music, and I was like obsessed with it. So I tried to start making beats, and so I started making beats, and that's where my whole beat making thing started, was learning about electronic music like Daft Punk, BT, ATB. This was even before like Deadmau5 and stuff, but obviously like Deadmau5. And then fast forward, and like I went through a huge EDM phase where I was like doing a ton of EDM, for a living, and but I was still into bands like Bring Me the Horizon. So it's like it all came together, and like through all of it, I was just like, all those came together. So it's like the MJ, the 80s, like the Smiths are one of my favorite bands, Depeche Mode. So 80s rock, and that's why my music sounds just like, people can't really put like a genre on it, because there's so much into it, like video game music, electronic music, hip hop, rock, heavy metal, like screamo, and yeah, so everything. I guess that's a really long way of me saying everything, but I listen to a lot of stuff. Is that a banana pizza on your profile picture, or what is that? A cucumber pizza?
Oh, are you talking about which
Jack's profile picture? Is that a cucumber pizza?
I don't know. What is that?
Delicious.
Dad?
Whatever it is, I want to eat it.
Whatever it is. Oh my god,
I want to eat it.
That's awesome. Actually, Jack's the next question. So, and I think this has to do with current song right now. Like, what is your
favorite song in general?
Oh, in general, yeah. Like, I guess you could, or
favorite song in general. That's a tough one. I used to have like just an answer that I would give people. My favorite song in general. That's just so hard. That's a really tough one. I'll pick one of my favorite songs right now, I guess. One of my favorite songs. That's just too hard, man. Shoot. Because I've got a lot of songs that I really like. I really, really like a lot. Let's see if my favorite.
You can think about it for a little while if you want, and we'll go to the next question.
I'll say one of my favorite songs ever, I'd have to say, is a song called Unfinished Symphony from this electronic group Hybrid. I love that one. That's a really great one. I'll say that one. I could listen to that song over and over and over and over again. It's just so dope.
Jack,
so
see if you can find that song and put the link in the chat.
That song is really, really cool.
All right, the next question's from Little Miss Goth. Yes.
Hey.
And she says, what is the longest time you've played a video game?
It's a cool story, actually. It's a cool story. So all my friends got passes to Park City, and I got a pass to Sundance, right? And Park City opened earlier than Sundance, and I was pissed because it was all about skiing back then, dude. Like, we're Utah boys, you know? I started playing Final Fantasy VII on Friday night, and Sunday morning I beat it. And that's got to be some sort of a speedrunning record, like, because I've seen, like, and I took some breaks to just like hang out and chill, but I like beat the whole game, and I think it was like 17 hours or something. Can somebody go look up and see what the speedrunning record is? I want to say it was like 17 hours. And for that game, that is a long game, dude. But yeah, pretty much like nonstop. I played a game for like an entire weekend, like without doing anything else. Cause all my friends were like, yay, we're going skiing. Wow. And so I was just like, boom, I started a new file on Final Fantasy VII and just all the way through it. So I think that is like just a whole weekend of playing that game, just like nonstop. So there you go.
Awesome.
Oh, computer gamer or console? Ryotech. I used to have a very, very different answer than I have now. I have been converted. I used to be solely 100% console, but now I am an advocate of emulation, because I think that there should be digital preservation of games. And if you have bought a copy of the game in your lifetime, I think you have every right to play it digitally on your computer. That could get me in a lot of trouble, but I want to advocate that, because as a retro gamer, I believe that is to be true, and there's so much good for it. And also, just like with computer gaming in general, all my friends, or not all my friends, but a lot of my friends now, they were like, thanks, Mixer Wizard. He says epic song, good answer. A lot of my friends were like, you've got to get into PC gaming. And I was like, whatever. Like, I've never been a console gamer before in my life. And I'm like, what's the point? Like, why? I can just go on a PS4. I can do that. Big deal. Whatever. Like, I want to play a console. Like, just give me a console. Like, it's a machine built for gaming. Like, it must just be better. But my friends convinced me, and like just very recently, dude, I think like 2 weeks ago, I got my first ever gaming PC, and it's a trip, man. Like, the graphics on there are insane. Like, it's crazy. It's just like, I'm both now. I like consoles, but honestly, like PC gaming is, my eyes have been opened. It's pretty dang cool. Yes, this is a Super Nintendo back here. Whoosh. Classic. So for the first time ever in my life. I have never played Anno 1800. Am I missing out?
Yeah, what's up, 457? You should tell us a little bit more about that one. So yeah, Ratek plays on a computer himself, so you guys will have to hook up sometime.
That's awesome. Yeah, my Steam is D9 Beats, so if you guys want to add me up.
Very nice.
I'm very new into the world of PC gaming, so you have to. I'm still getting used to using WSAD. It's still weird to me, so we'll figure that out. We'll get there. But no FPS. I suck at those really bad, and you'll have a horrible time playing with me. But yeah, I've been a Mac guy my whole life, and so I've never really had the opportunity to get into PC gaming. But I got a second rig, so I could try it out.
Jack says this guy is talking about gaming PC on a mobile gaming channel. It's all good. I play mobile games. I've actually played a lot of PC games in the past. Back in the day, I played a lot of console stuff.
Sorry to cut you off, but I've spent my fair share of time on mobile gaming back in the day, for sure. So
yeah, I feel you on that. The only way I can get my Art of War 3 fixed, so it's how it goes. But all right, anybody else have any more questions for D9? This is your chance, man. He's opening up to the world. Look at this. Oh my gosh. One night only.
It's the time you get to know, because other times I'm too busy or I'm asleep.
Right? Yeah. This guy is go because like he said, he's producing over and he's working with folks overseas, which that's the question I had was, what is that like for you, and how did that actually? I don't know if you covered it.
Oh, great story, man. Great story for sure. So I do my live streams, obviously, and people just like, a lot of people will find my beats and they'll subscribe to me and they'll be like, oh, look, he live streams too. That's cool. And so Bizo came into my live streams and he was like, yo, this is sick. Like, I want to send you my stuff. Add me on Discord. And I was like, okay, cool. So I added him on Discord. And this is not to be rude at all to anybody. This is not to be rude to anybody at all. But a lot of the stuff that gets sent to me, I'm like, okay, this is cool, but like it could use some work. It could definitely use some work. Like maybe I'll make you a beat, but I'm not like super like invested or anything. But Byron sent me some songs and I was like, holy shit, like this kid is talented. I am not allowed to call him a kid anymore because he is now a full-fledged adult. He can drink and smoke drugs in Australia. So but he, at the time I was like, this kid is super, super talented. And we just started like talking back and forth, and he was super supportive of my channel. He's like, here, try this drum kit, like try doing this with your beats, like try switching this up, like you might want to do this with your thumbnails. And it was just super cool. And then we were both huge Peep fans, and we just like started hanging out all the time on the internet. And then he's like, why don't we make an EP? I was like, let's do it. And so we just boom, we came out with Call Me If You Can. And I was just like, it was like butter on toast, dude. Just it was so easy. Like not easy, but it like, yo, Mikey, dude, you are the freaking man. Love you very much for that super sticker. Wow. And everybody else in here, thank you so much. But with Bizo, it just like it worked. And I was like, whoa, dude, that's so sick. And so that was kind of a blur, dude. We like produced the whole album. And it wasn't a huge album, but I think there were like 7 tracks on it in a month. Record it, make the beats, record it, master it, get it out to the distributors. A month, dude. Boom. And we had that. And we were like,
wow.
Okay. On to round 2. And we took a whole year on this album that's coming out on the 23rd. Well, so they say. They've already pushed it back once. But on the 23rd, and very proud of it. We have spent so much time on this album. We've put our hearts and souls into this thing. Like, we have worked hard. And it is really difficult with the time differences, but we both make it work. Like, it's either like I'm going to stay up really late or he's going to stay up really late. And we're going to work. And we have this like flow. And I don't know. It's just like, it's an awesome friendship that I never thought I'd be really, really good friends with someone that lives 3,000 miles away from me. But that's how it works.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. And yeah. So, and then there's a few other artists I'm working with overseas, mainly Waza, and yeah, it just happens organically. Like they just find the stream and they just hit me up and they're just really friendly. Like if you're listening to this and you want to work with me as a producer, be cool. Like just don't just be like, I need beats. I need beats. Like, no, like be like, hey, what anime are you into? Like, do you want to play a game sometime? Or like, let's kick it on a video call. Like, what kind of girls are you into? Like, are you, like be a friend. And huge shout out to Mixer Wizard. I hope you're in there listening. Like literally, other than like 2 other people, like Mixer Wizard is like the only person I hang out with in real life. And it makes it super easy for us to get stoked about working on music together because we're like, oh, we're going to get some rollerblades. It's going to be so sick. Like we got all this other stuff that we're doing too, that like the music just flows so easily where it's like, yeah, I'm going to be sending him a bunch of exclusives. And the cool thing as well, like what makes me so stoked to work with him is he takes my daily uploads and he writes to every single one of them. And so that like makes me really inclined to work with him. So, and it also helps that he lives like 3 streets up from me. So
very cool. Very cool.
That's awesome. So anyway, I hope that answers your question a little bit more. What's
Danny.
up, Danny? How you doing?
Hello. Yeah. So we've got another question. This one's coming from Jack. He wants to know, how old are you? Because you look like you're 20 or in your 20s.
Oh, no. I was born in 1988. I am 32. But I feel like my secret is sunscreen on your face and don't sell your soul to the corporate devil. Do what you love.
Long walks on the beach, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Likes long walks on the beach and retro games.
Yeah. Stay young at heart, and your face will stay young.
Yes. Okay, guys, it's time for another song. This one's called "Overlook." And
yes,
you want to talk about this before we play it? Let's do that.
Let's play it, and then I'll talk about it.
Okay, sounds good. Here we go.
Yeah. Yo, Danner99. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that subscribe. Yeah, so that beat was tight. One of my favorite producers to work with is LDA. He's so talented. That guy's so talented. And what I did is I just sent him a couple of my samples, like vibey samples. I just created some melodies and sent it over to him, and he just put the beat behind it and crafted it. And that you got that one. And that one's sick because like we both get each other's vibe a lot. And I feel like that's kind of a beachy one, you know, like you're kicking it on the beach, like the sun's setting. Yeah, like maybe I'll go surf a little bit. Maybe I'll go talk to that girl, but I definitely got to have like an ice cold glass Coke in my hand, just like sipping on it. And you're just like, yeah, this is tight. This is really cool. It's like the video game Grand Theft Auto Vice City without all the violence.
Right, exactly. And guys, say, okay, so now I'm gonna be kind of I'm gonna put out one of my songs here that I like of D9's. So bear with me, guys, because I'm the host, so I get to do that. So
yes.
This one's called "Oh Yeah." You guys might have heard this one. I like this one a lot. It's a little more upbeat, so we're gonna pick it up a little bit. Here we go. Oh yeah.
I think everyone wants to know where we came from and how the universe began. Cosmos can help us find answers to those questions. Hopefully, when we understand how the universe began, it will give us a clue as to why it began the way it did, or even why it began at all.
Yeah, I remember I was messing around with some of the old like electronic stuff that I used to do. I forgot about that song, man. I kind of made that as like a meme song, just like throwing in all those soundboard sounds.
I just love it. I always say, "Oh yeah, oh yeah,
oh yeah."
Yeah,
that's right. That's what's up.
All right. Well, what game do you have? You got any game queued up or something? You got any gaming for us?
I mean, if you want me to share my screen and do some, are we currently playing some Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3? I can definitely share my screen for that. I think it'd be cool to keep those questions coming. I can multitask for sure.
Keep the questions coming, and I'll just pop them up on the screen. He can answer them while he's doing his thing. Thank you guys
let me.
by the way. Thank you. Hit
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Make sure you go over to D9's channel and smash that subscribe button.
Now, as far as the copyright stuff, I can't share the game audio because that'll get you copyrighted. So, do you have music to play in the backgrounds?
I don't think you'll actually. I don't think it's going to pick it up.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure. Okay,
I think it's only the visuals you'll see. Yeah.
We'll perfect. I just do not want to be responsible for a copyright claim.
If I don't get paid for this, I don't care. It's that good. I don't care.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, here we go. Let's come in here.
What do you for dinner, little Miss Goth? What are you having for dinner? A late dinner. Very nice. Sushi, Mike says. Very nice. Guys,
definitely
for hanging out.
Keep the questions coming.
Solid 13 plus up in here, which I really
oh,
do.
Nice. That's great. Those are good numbers.
All right, here we go. Add to stream. Here we go.
Boom. That's what we do here. We're playing. And I lost my save file, so I have to like redo all of these different goals in here, man. It's a drag.
Oh no. So you got to redo everything. Okay.
Well, but I'm here on your stream, and so it gives me an excuse. Is it lagging a little bit on your stream, or is it working?
I don't know. It may be a little bit of a lag, but here, let me do something here. Let's see if that helps. If I go full screen there, see what happens. Let's see what happens. There we go. I don't know if that helped a little bit.
I think they can still get the gist of what's going on.
Yeah.
So everybody, tell me more about yourselves. I don't know much about each individual person here in the chat. I know the people who came from my channel, but the people who are here from the Fat Squatch Forest, I'm not as familiar with you guys.
Yeah, they're all from all over the place.
Awesome.
That's what's great about Art of War 3. I mean, there's not like a bunch of different servers. It's just like one server and everybody's from everywhere. So
that's so cool.
Make friends with everybody, people from different parts of Europe, different parts of Asia, everywhere. So it's pretty cool that way. But yeah, if you guys want to put where you're from in the chats, and that'll let D9 know where you're all from. Yeah.
Now I'm getting like all into the game. This has been. I feel like we've definitely. See, I can't multitask right now. I'm just so committed to getting the score on this game.
It's okay. I'll talk a little bit while you're doing it.
That's perfect.
So guys, so this was like the very first Forest Friend live stream. I hope you guys liked it. Make sure you guys leave comments. Make sure you leave comments in the comments below this stream, this video. Just give me feedback and stuff because it's our first one. Tomorrow, just so you guys know, tomorrow I'm going to be diving into YouTube channel. What is it? If you're a YouTuber and you're like, how do I get going, or how I want to grow my channel? I will be talking specifically to gaming. Like some of that stuff will be about gaming and stuff, but it really does relate to anybody trying to grow a YouTube channel. And then also Art of War 3 players, if you're trying to get into the Art of War 3 YouTube partner program, I'll be covering some of that too tomorrow. And then Thursday, guys, we got another Forest Friend live stream with Red Jags. If you guys don't know who Red Jags is, you definitely want to show up and check him out. He's a gamer as well, and he's also a musician, and he does a lot of stuff on his channel. So I'm excited to get to know him better and share it all with you guys. So yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, he definitely has some good live streams. I like his stuff.
Yeah, he's got a great community and just a great group of other players and people around him and stuff. They're hilarious sometimes when I watch. I'm just laughing. Yeah, it's good stuff. They're great guys and gals. Let's see here. Any other questions for the man?
Mikey has a question for you.
Oh, here we go. What is it? Can I ask Fat Squatch a question? What is your goal for this channel? Oh, wow, Mikey. Well, so when I started doing this, I actually just love playing games. That's my first thing. I love playing games. I really enjoyed real-time strategy games. Started off with back in the 90s with Command and Conquer.
Oh, good game.
Yeah. Back Nod and GDI. Yes. And then and then time went on, and there really wasn't a whole lot happening as far as like when you get into the 2000s and stuff. There was games and stuff, but nothing that really got me interested until I got into looking into some more mobile gaming. Discovered Art of War 3. That led me to play more Art of War 3, and then I had other players asking me to say, "Hey, show your video or show like what your battle or whatever." So I started doing that, and really, what I want to do with my channel is bring people together, and that's one of the reasons why you see like Gamers Unite. That's my slogan for my channel. That's what I'm all about. My community on Discord, everything's about bringing people together to play games, to hang out, to support each other, to be there for each other. That's what it's about. And I'm hoping that this year, because this last year I got to my 1,000 subscribers and got my watch time and stuff like that, and I'm almost there where I've now doubled it and stuff like that. But I'm not really focused on the numbers. I'm more focused on the activity and the impact that it's having, because I know the rest of that stuff will come. So if I just tell people, if you want to come to a positive place and just hang out and have a good time, that's what we do. And any of these guys that are here, Master Chief, any of these guys, 457, Jack, Ryotech, they've known me for a while, and so they'll be able to tell you even more about it. But that's really what I want to do. My goal is to grow this. I do want to do it full time. I do. I want to be able to do this full time because I love doing this stuff. And obviously, who would not want to do what they love full time? So, and D9 can feel me on that one. So,
yep.
But yeah, so I've done a lot of stuff, done lots and lots of stuff, have my own businesses and stuff. But so this to me is like having a business, if you will. But
yeah, absolutely.
But it makes an impact. It makes an impact. And so I'm really excited that D9 took some time with us today and tonight.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And spent some time with us just like hanging out and letting us get to know him better. Like I go to his streams. I don't get to, you get to know him through obviously hanging out with him on his streams and just the music. You can tell a lot about people by just looking at what they create.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it's just nice to be able to spend a little bit of quality time and just hang out like we're hanging out in the living room or,
yeah, absolutely.
By the campfire, whatever, and just shooting the shit, talking about D9. So, yeah.
I appreciate you having me here. Do you have any more questions for me as far as, I feel like we've gone over quite a bit, honestly. Another thing you asked me earlier, which I wanted to say, is that you asked me my goals. One thing that I left out is that one of my goals has been since I was a kid, and COVID kind of messed things up, but I wanted to do stand-up comedy. And so through my channel with my live streams, I would like to be able to, I don't know if this is a word, legitimize myself as a comedian. Like people be like, yes, this guy's a music producer, but he's also a comedian, like on the side, I guess, because my profession, music producer, but I want to be able to make people laugh. That's a huge thing that I try to do on my live streams or just in life in general. And that's something that I am working towards, is being funny, or maybe not even funny, but like, yeah, just helping people have a really good time, and laughing is a part of having a great time. So that for me is something that I'm definitely working on. Like every time when I stream, I'm trying to put on a show. I'm trying to like really entertain people, and
awesome.
More and more, I'm trying to figure out like that style of what works. So
yeah, you have to find your own style, your own way of doing it. Yeah.
Yep. So just to add that to my list of goals, but it's hard. I don't have like any quantifiable like goals as far as comedy goes. It's just like I want to be a funnier person, really, when it comes down to it. So
awesome. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Mike.
Yeah, and you guys, let me do something here too. In a moment, I'll pull up his Discord. He's got a Discord community, you guys.
Oh yeah, if you guys want to come
pull that up here in a second, and let everybody see your community. Yes. And so
definitely quite a few cool people in there.
I think it's cool that I didn't know you did as much skating and
everything. I love it. Yeah, I love skating.
That's awesome.
It's definitely something that I was into heavily when I was younger. It was like pretty much my main goal was like to go pro. We were actually doing rollerblading though, and we got pretty far in the industry. Like we were to the point where we were like skating with pros and getting recognized and making parts and everything, like making the video parts we would have needed. But then it just got to the point where it seemed like music was the better option to go down. Like that was the better road to go down.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because there's such a limited time, like you can skate, like you can actually do skating, but it's like with music, you can just keep on doing it. So
right. I mean, your body can only take so much.
Exactly. Yeah. I have so many injuries now from skating where it's just like, oh man, yeah, my ankle really hurts tonight. So
awesome. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, we get old. We're getting old.
You should highlight what Mike said about people thinking he's crazy at work. That's hilarious, dude. I love it.
There you go.
Love it, man.
There you go. Yeah, I hope you guys have liked this. I hope you like the format and what I'm doing here. And I'm always open to feedback, so you can hit me up on Discord. You can leave a comment if you want. But yeah, let's take a look. So obviously, we want to show some gaming because he's a retro gamer. So
yeah, this is a taste, man. This is a taste of it.
You'll
get on my stream.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. What you're going to get is usually, I guess, that's a good question. Tell everybody, I guess if they haven't been to a stream, they don't really know what it's like. So tell us a little bit about that while you're playing here.
Yeah. What we do at the start, we say, what up? Kind of like, I like putting some message in there of sorts. Like, I'm trying to remember what the message was today. I can't even remember. That's how bad my memory is. It was somewhere along the lines though, like, well, so I think like now that I'm thinking back on it, I lost a friend just recently, and it makes me like really appreciate the time that you have with people and just how important it really is, because you never know. Like he just went on his morning hike and he like fell to his demise. I mean, that's some Final Destination shit, man. And it makes me realize like you gotta really like tell people I care about you. And I'm trying to do that more and more, but it just makes me realize like even more. I went to his restaurant right before my stream, and I just like I sticker bombed I put 2 stickers on there. I put 2 stickers and a letter like on the window where you would go order the food. And it was just like, man, I'm never going to order a burger from him again.
Yeah.
Crazy. And so yeah, so we'll start with like kind of maybe a thought provoking or like an uplifting message or thought where we kind of talk about something like that. And then we transition into making a beat. And then we have a little intermission, I guess, in between making a beat and retro gaming, where maybe we'll talk about something or we'll just kick it with people and chat, maybe laugh, like, shoot shit, just whatever. And we'll play some retro gaming. And then when it's time to go, it's time to go. And we'll wrap it up and thank you to everybody and leave you with another good message. Like you can do anything you want, really, if you work at it and you just stick with it and you have good people around you. That's what it comes down to.
That's right.
And so yeah, that's pretty much the format of the stream.
You brought me to my next song, and I want to play it real quick before we answer this question from Little Miss Todd.
Let's do it.
It's called "Try." You guys, if you don't try, you're not gonna do anything, right? So,
the song is dope.
If you're out there tonight, you've listened to D9's story. I mean, you've got to know him a lot.
Yeah.
If you don't try, guys, whatever it is, it's just not going to happen. That's the first thing you have to do is just try.
So true.
So let's listen to this song called "Try" from D9.
Let's do it.
And you keep playing, man. It'll just pop right back to where you're at.
Sweet. Sounds good.
Awesome.
That Gamers Unite. That's really cool. It's bum. I love it. That's really cool.
Hey, thanks, man. So yeah, Little Miss Goss says, "What's the longest time you spent skiing in one day, and when did it happen?"
Oh man, I used to start skiing like at freaking 8 in the morning, like when it was freezing, like 7 or 8 in the morning, and then I'd leave like when it closed at you know what, 4, 5. So I used to do full days all the time, like straight up full days. So I
Wow,
used to be so into it, man.
nice.
Love that.
A fresh powder, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There you go.
For real.
You probably done a lot of it, like at a lot of different mountains too, huh?
Well, I mean, I've got my favorite mountain, Sundance, but I definitely I've been to a couple different mountains for sure. Yeah, I've been to quite a few.
Nice.
But I definitely have my favorite. So
cool.
That's what that.
Well, guys, let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and I want to share my screen here to show off the Discord community, the D9.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's do that.
D9 Nation. Okay, D9 Nation. Yes, there it is. Okay,
I think my friend Tony came up with that, with the D9 Nation. I think it was my dad. It was either my dad or Tony who came up with it. There's a lot of funny posts that go on in there. I'll just let you guys know. If you're not into memes, it's probably isn't the place for you.
well, yeah, I don't know who wouldn't be into memes. Come on, you
I
guys.
know, right? Come on.
But
Yeah, it's really supportive, and there's people you can hit them up on DMs, and they'll totally just be there for you, and it's just a good place all around.
Well, let's go through, if you don't mind, the channels here. So we got random hangout. So everybody's hanging out.
Where you just hang out, yeah. That's where you hang out.
And then we've got music reviews. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so on music reviews, what you can do is you can pop your song in there, and then on my stream, I will just go in and listen to your music and tell you what I think. I'll let you know. And people are posting stuff all the time, and I really love it. I love listening to stuff and giving them some advice and getting some inspiration. It's really cool. It's really cool to see what people are up to. And we're trying to be really supportive of people. And I remember what it was like when I was just barely starting it, and somebody who was even just like a little bit bigger would check out my music, and it was huge. It was like just a great feeling. So we're trying to do that, and we do that on the stream all the time. So that's what we do on the music reviews. You can just post your music, and we'll check it out and give you.
I like that. Promote. We got promote here, which means
just put your stuff in there, man. We'll go check it out. Just go in there and check it out. You can put whatever you want, live stream, songs, your channel, whatever.
Very cool. Okay. And then we've got D9 Bizo.
Oh, so D9 and Bizo.
Oh, D9, sorry.
I don't know why we don't have permission. It should be for everybody, but that's like the new Bizo album I was talking about. Like we do a lot of work together, obviously, and that's where we premiere all of it. We got to change the settings though. So we got to make it so everyone can see everything. And then obviously beat collabs. You can just like send in stuff if you want to collab. I don't think that's very active lately. And then I got to get rid of live streams, because on live streams, we used to post all of the live streams in there, but now we just post it in random hangouts. So you're showing me that I got to clean this thing up.
I'm sorry, man.
Oh no, it'll take like 15 seconds, dude.
Okay, and then voice chat. Which you do have your voice chat up a lot of the times, right? When you're streaming, or sometimes you'll invite people.
Sometimes, yeah, and then a lot of times I'll just go and hop in it, like when I'm just hanging out, and see what people are up to, if they want to come chat, come hang out.
Very cool, very cool. Okay, and memes, more memes. Yes, memes.
More memes. We got a place where you can post your goals, help and advice, post your art, philosophy, lyrics. So just like some extra channels and stuff. And then down there, you got like a radio station where you can just play a bunch of songs. And then, you got the channel stats that I need to update.
Nice.
And that's that.
Very cool. Well, yeah, guys, check it out. D9. Go jump into his community, you guys, and hang out. This is where you can hang out with D9 and everybody else that's in the D9 Nation. So
Definitely.
yeah,
It's a good place to be. There's a lot of good people in there that are really supportive.
very nice. Awesome. All right. Let's go switch back over, to you, my friend. And then
There we are.
because we just talked about Discord, I did want to do another Nitro giveaway real quick.
Oh, there we go. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Here we go. All right. So you guys, Nitro winner is going to be, let's see
Who is it
Nightbot
today?
Yes, who's it going to be? Go ahead and put it in Nitro one more time here. Nightbot was snoozing or enjoying the music, I should say. So go ahead and put it in there. There you go. Let's go. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Who we got now?
Little Miss Goth.
Yo, that's awesome.
Little Miss Goth, you have won a Nitro.
That's
Discord
awesome.
Nitro for a month. Congratulations.
That's great.
Yeah, you can put that towards the server for D9 if you want. You know, when you get those things, you get that extra Nitro you can put towards a server. So it's real nice. Congratulations to Little Miss Goth.
Yay.
Right.
We could go.
So we do have another question from Little Miss Goth. She says, is there a sport you've never tried but want to someday?
Man, I've tried a lot of sports. Let's see, probably a sport that I haven't tried that I want to try. I know that there is probably like base jumping. Be scary, but be sick. Be really cool.
Base,
really scary, but like, yeah, you know, where you just like jump off a cliff and then you pull your parachute.
Oh yeah. I jumped out of an airplane, but I've never done it off of a cliff.
I think base jumping would be such a rush, dude.
Yeah, I think it would be fun to do where they jump off and like they have they're hooked to the thing and they can like fly.
Yeah, the parasailing, yeah. Paragliding. Paraglide. Yeah. I think parasailing is behind a boat. I think paragliding is like
that would be cool, I think.
That would be cool. That'd be sick.
Just be like, run up a side of a mountain and like you had all your gear so you could like jump off if you wanted to, or,
right.
Do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Mikey says, I love that D9 listens and helps. It's real. Wow.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Oh, and another sport I think that'd be fun is to like take those jet skis and do like backflips on them. Have you seen people do those?
Oh yeah.
Standing jet skis. I think standing jet skis would be pretty fun, but you'd have to really get messed up. I feel like a couple times to really get good at those things.
Wow. Yeah. And I think Are you talking about the other thing I was thinking? I was thinking of when you said that was, have you seen them where you're hooked to it and it's water pressure, and it's like,
oh yeah, it's like those. It's like
giant hose.
Yeah, it's like the jet packs.
Yeah,
those are cool.
That looks crazy. Master Chief says, "What about?" I think he said he means bungee jumping. I think.
I mean, I would try bungee jumping, but it's funny how I feel like base jumping would be like more. It would be like safer than bungee jumping.
Right.
Base jumping, I don't know. They're both very, very dangerous, but I don't know. I feel like there's so many people that are bungee jumping that it's like it would be really easy for the ropes to get like, or the bungee cords or whatever to get loose, or I don't know, man. Bungee jumping has just always seemed like kind of a bad idea to me.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, because I mean, whereas a parachute, right? You have a parachute in it.
I mean, like you could pack the parachute wrong, or the parachute could have like a hole in it or something, but like, I don't know why my brain says that base jumping would be less dangerous than bungee jumping, but that's just, yeah. So
yeah, my dad used to jump out of airplanes in the Army, but
wow, that's cool.
Back in the day, man, those guys were crazy because sometimes the chute wouldn't open. Like, and when they're training, people.
Wow, that's crazy.
Through training, but geez. Anyway, they've gotten a lot better, I'm sure.
That's all right.
Well, guys, we're wrapping it up here. I thought a couple hours is what I felt like it would be like, and that's what it's come to. It's awesome. A couple hours. It is kind of late for some of you, and I know that.
Yes.
And for D9, you guys Mountain Time and all that, and some of you guys even later. Some of you, it's good morning. Good morning, yes. Good afternoon. So I do want to say thank you guys for hanging out and being with us. If you like this stream, we'll have another one on Thursday with Red Jags, and who's a really awesome guy doing some really great stuff on YouTube. And that's what it's about. If you guys have other YouTubers that I should talk to and I should bring on to a live stream like this, let me know. I'm totally open to from hearing from you and all that good stuff. I do have some other gamers lined up, but I definitely am open-minded if you have anybody you want me to talk to. So what I'd like to do is I'm just going to play some more music of D9's. And if D9 has anything else he wants to say to everybody.
Just thank you to everybody who came through and supported, and definitely those of you from my channel who super chatted and subscribed to this channel, because this is a great one. So thank you guys very much. Appreciate you guys being here.
Where are we at on your goal here? Let's see here.
I don't know. Let me look. I'm going to look at it real quick, actually. Pull up my live subscriber count. I think we got pretty close.
Sure, how close you are, because we need to make sure that happens. Whether
right.
It happens,
we'll get there.
We can do it, you guys. I believe in everybody here.
Let's see. It's loading up now.
Drum roll, please. No.
Okay, let's go, computer. I spent a lot of money on you, so you better load this freaking.
And if you're watching this replay, maybe you weren't here at the live stream, but you're watching this right now, and you haven't subscribed yet, go, click the pause button, hop over there real quick. The link has been pinned to the top of the live chat.
Yeah.
Go hit that subscribe button. You're never gonna regret hitting that subscribe button, because it's just more and more amazing music and just an awesome guy.
Well, thanks. We had success today, man. We got a lot of subscribers from this stream, so thank you so much. We are 14 away now. So I'm gonna go make some alt accounts. I'm gonna get off here and make some alt accounts. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go to bed.
Everybody else can if they want, but no, you want real ones. But it's all good. We appreciate everybody. Go, if you haven't already, get over there, hit that subscribe button. If I could smash it 1,000,000 times, I would. We're gonna finish off the stream with some more D9 music. Thank you guys for being here.
Thanks for having me.
It's been awesome. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Yes, another Forest friend, D9.
Bye.